Radical.
Today I'm going to ask you all the question. Is Smash Brothers Melee a 2.5 out of 10? Well, obviously it's not a 2.5 out of 10. It's a pretty good game. I played it. 2.5 out of 10, that would be a terrible score. Terrible score to give any Smash Brothers game, right? But I'm reading a comment here, and this is something that stuck out to me in this long comment from ST, claiming that Tommy Tallarico actually gave that game a 2.5 out of 10. And I said to him, he gave Smash Brothers Melee a 2.5 out of 10, are you sure? And then there's a mystery, he says, apparently around it, and he could be wrong, even though it's something a lot of people do remember. And he linked me to a couple Reddit threads. Now, he left me a link to some IGN boards, and they're also discussing Super Mario Galaxy. I guess this came around that time. They're discussing that. And this guy named Chris was saying Tallarico is a joke as a reviewer, and he gave a 5 to Smash Brothers Melee and doesn't like role-playing games, so he gave them a low score. And then Tommy's response is, cool, now I've worked my way up to a 5 for Smash Brothers Melee. See, he's being kind of funny there because, well, a lot of people say and claim that he gave it a 2 out of 10. But he says, I've worked it up to a 5. The funniest and most ironic thing about the Smash Brothers Melee review is that it was never even on G4 or Judgment Day / reviews on the run. Lots of people like to lie and say they saw it on G4, but the reality is that it was a 1-minute segment at the end of one of our shows which only aired in a different country. I refuse to tell anyone what the real scores we gave are because it's much more fun watching people spout out nonsense and attempt to pass it off as fact. But honestly, for anyone who cares, and I'm not sure why you would, the reality is that the score of 5 is a lot closer than the 2. But hey, don't listen to me, I don't really like 2D fighters. So if you're like me, you'd probably be more inclined to agree. If you love 2D fighters, you probably thought it was a 9 or 10, which by the way is perfectly okay. I respect that. Too bad I don't seem to get the same kind of respect in return. Now towards the end of his comment, he said he doesn't like 2D fighters. So he's probably going to give it a low review score because he doesn't like 2D fighters. My question is, why should anybody listen to somebody who admits that they don't like a genre? How are you going to give a fair review to any genre that you don't even like? For instance, I hate twin-stick shooters. I don't dislike twin-stick shooters. I hate twin-stick shooters. All right? I don't like those games. So if someone came to me and they said, hey, Rick, give a fair review of this game, I couldn't give it a fair review. So why was anybody expecting Tommy Tallarico to give... Has he ever reviewed any 2D fighters? Has he ever reviewed any 2D fighters? If you have a situation to where someone really dislikes a genre, then you can't get a fair review. By the same token, if you have somebody that absolutely loves every game in a genre, let's say somebody is a sports fanatic. They love every single sports game that comes out. They love every sports game. Well, how can that person give any game a fair review if they're automatically going to give every game like a 10 out of 10 that's a sports game? They're not going to be able to see their flaws. So I think to be a good reviewer, you have to be fair and objective and, very balanced.